Hi, I'm Thierry de Klein. I'm a teacher at Saxion University Physiotherapy. I'm here today to talk to you guys with these 4 students about living and studying in Enschede and in particular physiotherapy. This is a live chat, so if you want to participate, please do so in the chat part below. Okay guys, can you introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Rumbitsamu Tangadura and I'm from Zimbabwe. I am 20 years old and I'm in second year physiotherapy.
Hi, I'm Amir Mohammad Zahmatkesh. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Iran and I'm first year physiotherapy student here.
Yeah, I'm Philip. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Slovakia and I'm in second year physical therapy as well.
Hi, my name is Teresa Skatelikova and I'm from Czech Republic and I'm 22 years old and I'm also in the second year of physiotherapy.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about mainly living in Enschede, living in Holland, what studying at Saxion is like, what is special about that, what physiotherapy is like, and we're going to be doing some practical assignments that these guys know nothing about yet. So that's going to be fun. Okay, guys, let's start talking about what it's like living in Enschede, shall we? Okay, Amir, you're here most recently, you're a first year student. Can you talk to us and to people back home a little bit about what it was like moving from Iran to Holland and in particular to Enschede?
You know, it was the first that I decided to come here. It was for me. It was so scary because I had to put everything aside and just come to a new country, and I was just thinking to myself and how is going to be the reaction of the people of that country in accepting me as a student or as a person that want to live there for quite some times. But it surprised me that the Dutch people, they were, especially in the university environment, they were so professional and they were so open to me, as a student, someone that came here without any experience and want to start a new life and start a new journey. And yeah, I'm so good, happy, and satisfied till now. But yeah, furthermore, I don't know.
Anybody else had that difficult experience leaving home, or somebody had it very easy? Philip, you look like you had it very easy.
Yeah, I've made the transition once already. I lived in Austria for 3 years, so once I had to come to Holland, I already knew the general procedure that comes in. And yeah, I really like Enschede due to its size. For me, that's perfect. Just big enough, so there's enough extracurricular activity, but not too big, because yeah, if I was in Amsterdam, I feel like there would be a lot more distraction around than it is right now. So
yeah,
happy as well.
Rumi, what was your transition like?
It was easier than I expected it to be. I mean, I came here with my dad in the beginning and it was kind of hard to navigate my way around because everything is in Dutch, but just having that interaction with the Dutch people and asking them how to get about, and that was very, very lovely. And how good they are in English, that also took me by surprise because it wasn't like I was struggling to kind of communicate and find my way around. So that was a pleasant surprise.
All right. Teresa, what was yours?
It wasn't that bad because I feel like the Netherlands from the Czech Republic is not that different, so it was a little bit easier for me, so it's not such a cultural shock for me. But I also don't live in Enschede, I live in Gronau, which is just across the border in Germany. And I've decided because me and my boyfriend decided to study and live in the Netherlands. And because I know it's a little bit cheaper, the accommodation is cheaper there. That's why I decided to live there and take the train to school, which is very easy because the traveling here is very easy, and that was very good.
Okay. Can you guys tell me a little bit something that surprised you about living in Holland or just the Dutch in general?
About the Dutch in general, you know, the thing that that got me with surprise, and I surprised to it, it was that the people were so direct towards their emotional towards you, and it's good for me because, you know, it's resembled that they are honest, you know, you can trust their opinion, and they were so open to the international students, especially, and I'm talking about myself in this and I saw them that they didn't treat me any different of any other student or something like that. So it was so good because it was my major concern when I wanted to come here. Yeah.
Anything else?
I think even though they're so direct and straightforward, they're still very cautious what they're saying, because it might seem to some people that it's very rude if they are direct to you. But they are not. They're just trying to get the information from you, and they're just trying to communicate with you because they like it and they're very friendly. Just you go to the market in Enschede and the people just want to talk with you. They are curious. Where are you from? What are you doing here? So it's very nice to have the communication with them.
Yep.
True. It's actually surprising almost, or to me it was, that communication with the neighbors is something that still is very much intact here. So once I settled in, your neighbors generally like to talk to you. They want to have a short chat. It's very nice. Makes you feel a little more homey.
Yeah.
And for you, Rumi, what was the biggest difference? I guess there are a couple of differences between living in Enschede and living in Zimbabwe.
Yes. Well, here everything is definitely very efficient, and you know that you're going to get the train on this time, and you know everything is going to be there if you need it the next morning. So that kind of always being reassured that something is going to be there no matter what, I really like that comfort. But sometimes it's just too easy to kind of go by doing it, you know, something just like that curveball, like where am I going to get hot water, or something strange, just something to just make you work a little bit harder. Yeah.
Okay. Was it easy for you guys to find apartments or a place to live?
Not necessarily, I suppose. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but in the beginning it was a little bit of a struggle. But yeah, one has to really reach out and check the Facebook groups, the listing companies, and start early.
And just don't give up. Like even if you're even weak, like from getting here, you just have to continue in searching, because it may set you off a little bit to like, oh, I still don't have the apartment, but something might come up. Even if you come here and someone, I'm finding a roommate. So I think you shouldn't just give up and just start looking for it. Yeah.
Well, for me, when I arrived, they already had accommodation for me. Saxion provided. But that's only something they give for first year. So for second year, I had to look for a place. Yeah. But you've already got connections that you've made in first year, so it's not too bad.
Okay. So does everybody have a bike?
Yes.
Everybody has a bike. Okay. Thanks, guys.
And the only thing that you have to lock it so well. Bikes. You have to be careful with it.
You have to be careful with your bike. Okay. I think we're going to have a little discussion about the curriculum, what it's like to be studying physiotherapy at Saxion. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Hi guys, my name is Tin Hlopic. I'm from Namibia. I'm a first year student at Saxion University, and I'm really enjoying this course. What I really like about it, you have the practical and the theory lessons. The practical work is really good because it's a hands-on approach, so you really get to see exactly what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. And what's really great is that there's a correlation between the practical and the theory work. So you have this step-by-step approach on how to be a physiotherapist.
I'm Dominika Jakovleva from Lithuania, city Klaipėda. I am first-year physiotherapy student in Enskede at Saxion University of Applied Sciences. Before coming in Enskede, I was thinking about the difficulties I'm going to face, and I was thinking about that for me it's going to be difficult to adapt to new environment, but actually it wasn't that difficult as I expected. Dutch people and all people who are living in Enskede are really friendly, and what surprised me the most was that almost everyone can speak in English fluently. Enskede is not a very big city. From the city center you can get anywhere you want in 10 or 15 minutes by bike. The biggest difference I felt was teachers and lectures, because in my country teachers and lecturers are a bit strict, and in Saxion it's completely different because of the teachers. They always help you, you can discuss and communicate with your classmates during the lectures. Living in Enskede makes me happy, and studying in Saxion makes me more self-confident.
My name is Armandos Kyriakis. I am from Greece and I study physiotherapy first year international class in Saxion. Mainly physiotherapy is a practical course. That means that we focus more on practice than on theory. But this doesn't mean that you don't have to study theory. If you want to study physiotherapy, you have to be aware that you will be practicing in underwear a lot. You want your landmarks and muscles in your body to be easily palpatable. We also have a gym that physiotherapists along with the patients work together, and physiotherapists instruct the patient how to do the exercise.
My name is Shima. I come from Iran. I live here about 2 years. I am physiotherapy student at Saxion. I really feel satisfied from our lectures. Every student has a supervisor here who helps you to find somewhere for internship. I have it with Karen. She really helps me to solve my problem, or if I have some question about everything, she helps you as much as she can. We have a really helpful teachers at the Saxion. If you need help, they don't hesitate to help you. They are always accessible via email. When I need help, I just send message via Facebook and they ask me as soon as possible, and that's really valuable for me.
Okay, so the curriculum physiotherapy here at Saxion. Philip, could you talk us a bit through what you like about one of the courses, or more than one?
Okay, so I think what I like the most is the fact that there's a very nice and good blend between our theory and our practice. And it usually comes, of course, it's not always possible, but it usually comes in good in good continuity with one another. So let's say we cover the shoulder and anatomy, and then right away we have a practical class where we do stuff with the shoulder. So it's a nice chance to put the theory directly into practice and to soak it up a little bit. So in that sense, I'm very happy with how things are done.
I also like that we have so many practical classes, like even from the beginning, that I know back home in the universities from the beginning, first 2 years, there's just a lot of theory, and I love it that here is just practice. So you can learn the theory and just put it right away into practice and connect it. And I also like that the teachers in the practical classes try that we understand it and connect it ourselves. So we question like, okay, it says this in the theory, but how is it in the practice and how it works? So I like that the teachers make us think about it a lot, so that they don't just give us, okay, you do this, and that's why you do it, but you have to really understand it. That's why I like.
Yes, exactly. This is good about the teaching style of the in here. They give you the idea, and they ask you to go search for it, and you just realize it yourself, and they just guide you through that. So you don't see your teachers as a teacher. You see them as a colleagues that with more experience, that they want to help you to gain your own experience in this kind of journey you have, I think.
Yeah. And you feel like you're being spoken with rather than at, and
Yeah.
that makes you feel a lot more comfortable,
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
you matter and your opinion is valued, which is lovely.
So which course is like the favorite then? Something I don't know. I've been here quite shortly, so what's your favorite topic?
I love physiology. I just think it's one of those subjects that doesn't make me think of the body as fragile. Like as physiotherapists, we're taught somebody's coming in with something broken, or they've got pain somewhere, and all you think is, yeah, well, the body is just dilapidating or something awful. But with something like physiology, you're seeing all these processes happening at the same time and just working like a machine, and it just makes you think of the body as something amazing, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
I think I like pathology because I like to learn in the physiology and anatomy how it should be, but also it's very interesting to learn what can go wrong, and there are so many things, and you have to connect it and understand, like, okay, even though this is happening and there are so many things like happening wrong in the body, but it can be this disease, but it can be also this, so you really have to question everything you learned and connect it together and really understand it and then apply it for your patients. So I think that's really nice. Even though we learn all this theory, we have to still question everything and have the knowledge to question it. I think that's really nice.
If you're someone who likes sports or follows sports or wants to improve his performance, anatomy and physiology is just an awesome way to find all these life hacks about the body and get a little more realistic in terms of expectations, what can be done, what cannot really be done, and it really helps you actually perform.
That's true.
Very nice. Okay. So you guys have learned a lot. You've spent a lot of time in our classrooms. When I'm not there, when the teacher isn't there, how does that go? How much time do you spend practicing a week, studying? How does that go?
Yeah, it's pretty much immediate chaos. Nah, of course, it's pretty good. I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, but we formed groups relatively early with your classmates, because it's so much nicer to actually study in those groups. And we actually do meet every now and then. We open a beer and then we go through the process. Of course, we're not trying to get drunk, but just have fun with what we actually like to do, and study because you like to study, not study because you have to, and deadlines and just constant pressure. So super nice.
Yeah, and also when you have the groups and you have people, you understand each other, and also you have different opinions on the subject, so you can think like, oh, I wouldn't think of it by myself, but like with the group, like, oh, this makes sense, and you can like go through it with the other people, so you're not just. It makes it easier for you to study it if you have the group of people and they can help you. I think that's good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that what we want as teachers, that it comes back from your comments, so that's good to hear. Hey, after that, you've had lessons, you've practiced yourself, and then it's time to go out into the big, scary world. Can you talk us a bit through what your experiences were during your internships? You haven't done a lot, but still. Rumbi, what was it like?
I met some of the most amazing people on my internship. Just kind of seeing how somebody went through the process I'm going through right now, and they've become what they've become. It's pretty amazing to see that that's where I'm going to be standing one day. And just also being able to apply what I've learned here so far. And because I do it in Zimbabwe, it's very different from how things are done in the Netherlands. And bringing back what I've learned here and taking it back home, I mean, that's all I can ever ask for, because we're a little bit behind as far as development goes, and we're going somewhere just by me being back and forth between those countries. So, yeah.
Nice exchange. Yeah.
Well, I must say that the first internship, which is in the first year, is very scary. At least it was for me, because it's in the first year, so you still don't have that much knowledge and you don't know what's going to be expected from you. And it was very scary to even interact with the patients, because you never had this. You have your classmates in the class and nothing is wrong with them actually. So it's very scary to do it, but when you're there and when you're surrounded by good people in the affiliation, by the great physios, if you have it, then it's really great. They support you and they're like, okay, it's fine, and they guide you through it, so it's making it easier for you. But it was at first very scary for me.
I mean, most people, or the two of you guys, you went back home. That is the option with the first internship. I was a little adventurous and took a gamble and went to Berlin for the first one. And yeah, I must include the same. Just an awesome experience, because very rarely in life, I suppose, you get the chance to, pack all your stuff, go somewhere for just a month and experience something completely different, but then have the luxury of just returning back to your comfort. So yeah, it's a nice way to check your resiliency a little bit and see how adaptive you actually are to new environments.
Thanks, guys. I think that paints a pretty good picture of what the curriculum is like, what we try to achieve here in Enschede. Let's try to start with those assignments. So for those assignments, I would like to ask my colleague Mariette to replace me on the stage. Mariette.
Of course. Is there a cup now? No, there is not. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Mariette. I'm a teacher in psychology. I'm a study career counselor too. And these students are mine, a little bit. When you are going to study physiotherapy, did you ever think of the subject of psychology that would be of any importance?
No.
Did you think about that? No, you didn't, huh? And from day one onwards, I've been teaching you a little bit about psychology. And I explained on the first lecture or so that never a knee comes walking in or a shoulder, but it's a patient, and a patient with his own ambition, his own problems, and his own way of coping, the coping style of dealing with the physical problem. And when you become a physiotherapist, you want to know about your patient, not only about the biological side, but also about the psychosocial side of the problem of the patient. And I have a little exercise for you, and I think at home you can do that too. Okay, I hope you did have the opportunity to grab a piece of paper to do a little fun exercise, and it concerns psychology and how it is of importance to know a little bit about yourself before you can actually guide the patient in a good way to be able to give the best possible treatment. And remind it is a fun exercise, so don't be scared. There's a piece of paper for you. Thank you. Four of you. And the right side, you needed a pen.
Yes, please. Thank you.
And what I want you to do is to, in the middle, draw a circle and put down your name. Does it work? The pen? Yeah. Put down your name. And now a very easy question. I want to ask you to think about, who are you? Who are you? Is that a relevant question for a physiotherapist, do you think?
Definitely.
You know all about bones and structures, and do you know about yourself? Who are you? Can you think about that? Just a few minutes.
Do we put it on paper?
Put it on paper, please. Yeah. Take your time. Yeah? Did you have the chance to now maybe make a little start of who are you? And if you don't want to share it, don't share it. But can anyone tell me a little bit, what did you write down? Amir, what did you write down?
Yeah, I wrote down some things, but I think the most thing that I can mention, and I think it's important to know if you want to be a physiotherapist. But yeah, I'm a first year, so you know, it's just you know, first thing that I'm a human and I'm capable of mistakes. So it's not 100% what I say or what my opinion is, but it can be based it can be around the knowledge that I gained during all of my education and with researchers and this stuff, but it's not 100%. So
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, it's one
This
of
is,
your.
I think, the most important thing that I can mention too.
Thank you. Philippe, what did you
Well,
write
yeah, I
down?
mean, obviously the first thing that comes to mind, given that we're here for a physio
Yeah, it's
physio
okay.
instructional, is that I feel like a healthcare practitioner to a certain extent, because as you slowly gain more traction and more insight into how human life functions, you start advocating it for the people that are in your life, which makes me also a friend to a lot of people around me, I suppose. And science enthusiast, martial artist, I don't know. I have hobbies.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Teresa,
all.
what did you write down?
Well, I have quite a lot, but I'm gonna mention just a few. I wrote that I'm my thoughts and my emotions and my mind. So it's important, as we are physios, we have to take that in a context when we are dealing with a patient, about their emotions, about their thoughts, because it differs from ours. I'm also, the first thing I wrote, I don't know why, but it was, I'm a sister. I'm also a daughter, I'm also a friend, I'm a girlfriend, I'm also a physio student.
Yeah.
So there were many things, but I think these are the most important to me.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Romy, what did you write down?
Well, I have here ambitious, and I feel like that one spoke to me the most because I packed up and left and came here and started on my own. So, and I'm also really hardworking towards what I want. So I know what I want and I'm going to go for it and do whatever it takes. And yeah, another thing I wrote down here was that I'm a Christian. I stand by that, and I love that that's what I am, and it gets me through some tough things whilst I'm so far away. So that one is important as well.
Thank you very much. Then you see that it differs per person what you write down, of course, because you are different. And some people write down about their family circumstances, their religion, their ambition. Did you write down your age?
No.
Did you write down, students, some of you did write down student. Family circumstances, man or woman, did you write down that?
No, that's not important.
No, sometimes it is. But it differs, and what you have to be aware of is that you take with you your whole person as a physiotherapist, and in order to be able to guide the patient in the best possible way, you have to know about yourself, what is important to me, and then you can understand also what is important maybe to your patient. And this is a little exercise in this. And tonight you can ask your fellow classmates, who are you? And it seems an easy question, but it is not at all. So now this is a little exercise to experience that, what you can discover about yourself. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now.
Okay, welcome back, me. Let's do another assignment, and let's do anatomy this time. Again, home, you can join me. Okay, I have a riddle, and it's not about, it's about why. So this is something I think is central to the curriculum. It's not just knowing if, it's knowing why. Yeah? Okay, so take a hand. Middle finger is bent and is flat on your leg. Okay. Can you move your thumb upwards? Yeah. Okay. Put it back. Can you move your pinky upwards? Can you put your ring finger upwards? Huh. You can't. Okay. So that's my part. Now for you guys the question, why? Why doesn't that work? Why can't it move? So you can try stuff with your own body. That's the fun part, the part of reasoning. I brought an atlas. There is an arm there, an anatomical model of the arm. Can you try to talk me through what you think could possibly be a reason that you can't move your ring fingers while the other fingers can move?
Well, we have a set of tendons for all four, right? And
Yeah.
extending and flexing. But then the luxury is that both this, and this, they all get their extra extensors, so they can function completely independently of everything else.
Okay.
And then of course if we lock one in place, and this one does not get an extra extensor, there's just nothing that could pull on this and not pull on this. So
Okay. Is there a way of testing his theory? Can we test, because he has a good hypothesis now.
Yep.
Interesting. Can we test that? Yes, we can. So switch the fingers, the middle finger and the ring finger. So you put the ring finger down. Can you move your middle finger? So Philip, what do you think of your hypothesis now?
yeah, there is a clear hole in my
There might be a small,
Yeah.
small but discernible hole in your theory.
yeah.
I will say, it was going in the right direction. So, anybody want to finesse his pretty reasonable hypothesis? You want to look something up?
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you want? You need.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Teresa, Philip, you work with the arm. You guys, part 6 is about the hand.
Thank you.
So, what do you see that might explain this?
Yeah. External pay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It does have to do with the extensor tendons.
Oh, that's it also.
Yeah, we put this one,
Tendons.
this one can move.
So go to the extensor part.
Extensor part of the. This is for.
Yeah, because there isn't.
So Philip, what do you see?
Well, yeah, I see the
Isn't
extensors.
it because of this one has two? It doesn't have just from the digitorum like extensor, but it has also all own.
Oh.
So what he said wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah? So index has its own, thumb obviously has its own, pinky has its own, but then these don't have their own, but it's the direction in which they are attached that makes the difference. So this one is the only one that is impossible to move in that way on. If you flex it, then you're holding back a muscle because it's completely locked in that position. So if you want to show that to them, so you see here that this one is the only one that goes in that direction. It splits up towards the two other fingers. And that's why it has to work in conjunction with the others, or at least it needs liberty from the other fingers to move. Otherwise, can't do anything. So, trick you can use on your family and friends. Okay, so for more information you can go to saxion.edu, to intosaxion.nl, and we are very present on various social media, so don't hesitate to ask questions that you might have. The date that we have to close if you want to apply for physiotherapy at Saxion is the 1st of April each year. So for this year it has closed. If you want to apply, do so before the deadline next year, 1st of April 2020. Guys, for everybody who wants to apply, some last tips, things that you want to add?
Yeah, I just think go for it if you want to do it. Don't be afraid by how much work it will be. Ultimately, everything is hard work, so you just have to be willing to put in the hard work and you'll be fine.
And I think you're gonna meet amazing people from all around the world, and you're gonna make amazing friends, so I think it's worth it.
If you're worried, it's just people that just fresh came out of high school, and then you're just gonna be surrounded by, them. Yeah, we are, but they're nice. So it's good. And there's plenty of people who are a bit older who you can, hang around with. It's never too late to start, as long as you follow what you like.
Amir, some last thoughts?
Wearing a lot of warm clothes.
Yeah.
Wearing a lot of warm clothes if you want to come here.
Yep. Warm clothes if you come from a sunny country. That's a good idea. Okay. Thank you guys. Thanks you guys for watching, and hope to see you next year.
Bye.
You're thinking about studying at Saxion? That leads to a lot of questions. Who could help you find answers better than our current students? On Into Saxion, you can ask your questions to more than 250 Saxion students. Saxion is an independent platform. Our ambassadors will give you a genuine answer to your questions. Watch videos from several programs to get a glimpse of what it's like to study at Saxion. So are you still unsure about your study choice, or do you have questions about one of our programs? Visit intosaxion.com.